What makes me me? Episode 1 Preschool. This is a series where I explain what events in my life make me the person I am today. Some things I will share are random little memories I had as a kid, but others have great significance to me and led to who I am today. To begin, I'm going to explain every grade until now to keep it simple. So now that you understand the format, let's start. I had 2 years of preschool, so let's knock both of them out of the way because I don't remember much about either of them. My first year was weird. It was a private Lutheran school where once a week we had to go to the school's church. I remember the pastor was a clean-cut guy with black or brown hair and I think blue eyes. I remember walking in the empty room praying for stupid things like money, fame, etc. It also had a smell of dust and plywood. The whole school had that dusty smell. I can't quite describe it, but it really smelled like dust. And it's one of those things I've never smelt anywhere else. I remember I had a friend. His name was also Alex. He had blonde hair and blue eyes. He was just a little bit shorter than me. I remember he always got in trouble for talking about scary movies that were rated way higher than the age he was. I remember he would go to the little kitchen that were always in preschools and kindergartens, and he would pick up a toy knife, the biggest toy knife, and chase around girls in the class. Of course he got in trouble. We also played swords with the toy knives at playtime. We got yelled at to stop playing with them like that. I remember we had 2 teachers, which is kinda common nowadays in preschools, but back then it wasn't all that common. I remember Halloween there. I think it was a half day or like an hour of school that day. I'm not too sure, but it was a shortened day. My mom took pictures of me and Alex in our costumes. Also, I remember one day in gym where we played Duck Duck Goose, and I was it. I took maybe 5 minutes just to pick a random kid. I would circle round and around and around and around without picking anybody. I don't think I understood the real meaning of the game, but I don't know. I just liked to be it. I think it was just a way to hold on to attention, which I really never got that much because I didn't have that many friends. My parents was about as long as it could go, and when I was at school, I was just a nobody. Now listen to the future episodes for the statement I just said, because it really holds on my entire life where I don't really have that many friends, and I don't get that much attention. That's as much as I can remember about my first year. My second year, I can only remember one instance. Well, first off, as a kid, until about 3rd grade, I was a kleptomaniac. I was never diagnosed with it, if that's even possible, but now looking back at it, I definitely was. Being a kleptomaniac has always haunted my life, and there's certain things in my life today that really tempt me, but I know now that there's consequences and you can't do them. So I'm no longer a kleptomaniac, but it does still haunt me to this day, and the temptation is always there. So as I was saying, there was this really cool toy I was playing with. I did not let anybody else touch it. I played alone the whole time. So at the end of the day, I must have took it somehow, or just pocketed it. I don't know, it was pretty small, so I could have just definitely stuck it in my pocket and took it. All I remember was talking to my mom about it on the way back home in the car. She sent me back 5 minutes later, and I had to say sorry to my teacher. I don't remember him or her at all. Actually, I don't remember anything about that school or the kids in my class. It's a little sad getting an entire year erased from your memory. Especially your childhood, where you came from, what makes you who you are today. That's what's kind of depressing looking back at preschool, not really remembering a single thing about it. Maybe I truly didn't care, but I know coming from a family where I didn't have a brother at the time, and I didn't really have that much attention, not that many friends, it must have been a pretty big deal to me, but I'm not sure why I didn't remember that much. It's strange to me. Well, that is it for this episode. It was relatively short. I hope you guys liked it. And as always, like, favorite, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace, and stay safe. And don't get those memories erased from your mind. It's a pretty big deal. Peace, yo!